Was Sheryl Swoopes really hating on Caitlin Clark? I watched the whole interview on Gil Arenas' podcast. Was she throwing a little shade? That remains to be seen. She made some good points, but I think where she got into trouble was when she started just throwing out stats.
Caitlin Clark right now probably takes about 40 shots a game.
She could have easily avoided this if she'd have just stopped, paused for a minute, pulled out her phone, and you could have looked up the stats when you were talking about how many shots she's going to get in a game and things of that nature. That's where the issue was. She got a little bit tripped up when she was talking about her eligibility in the COVID years. While she was not incorrect about saying that, she was wrong thinking that Caitlin Clark was like a fifth-year senior. That's not the case. Caitlin Clark is a fourth-year senior. So all of these points she's been putting up in a regular 4-year time span. So if she does decide to come back and play another year or take a COVID year or something like that, then she might have an argument about extending the record and things of that nature. Again, this could have easily been handled if she'd have just stopped for a second, got on her computer or her phone and just researched the stats. That's about it. Matter of fact, if you watch the whole show, they did do that. I forget what the guy's name is that's the host of the show, but they did go through and they found the stats. So they corrected that error. And Sheryl Swoopes acknowledged that. But when she just threw out the random number like she's not going to be able to take 40 shots a game, that was wrong. I mean, Caitlin Clark averages about 19 shots a game. Now, there are some games where she throws up a lot of shots. Maybe that's where she got that from. But if you're going to throw out stuff like that, you got to be a little bit more careful, especially in this day and age. Everybody's keeping receipts. Did she really throw shade at Caitlin Clark's game? No. What she was saying made sense. The crux of her argument was Caitlin Clark, nor Angel Reese for that matter. She mentioned Angel Reese first. It was her opinion, and she said that it was her opinion that neither Angel Reese nor Caitlin Clark was going to come into the league and just blow it up right off the bat.
I think Angel will eventually be a good pro. I don't think Angel will come into the league immediately and dominate the way people think she will.
They weren't going to do a Candace Parker and be MVP of the league their rookie year. That's basically what she was saying. Now, I don't disagree with her as far as Angel Reese goes, because Angel Reese is going to find other big bodies that can move like she moves or better and can play her type of game, but better. So when it comes to Angel Reese, I kind of agree with her. I don't think Angel Reese is going to come into the league and just show everybody up right off the bat. Now, Caitlin Clark, to me, is a different story because Caitlin Clark is a shooter. So all you got to do is just get her in some open space. And that's a little bit easier to do than Angel Reese trying to bang down below or trying to pop up a mid-range shot against girls her size. I think Caitlin Clark's situation might be a little bit easier. Easier might not be the best way to term that, but I think her situation will be a little bit easier because as long as she gets in the open space, and she don't need a lot of time. She's got that Steph Curry type release. She gets it out of her hands very quickly. So all she needs is a little bit of space. And if she can find her shot, she's one of those type of players where you just let her go because she's a shooter and she's going to keep shooting. No, she's not going to get 40 shots, but she doesn't normally get 40 shots. But I do think Sheryl Swoopes makes a good point. She might not even get her average of 20 shots in the game. Now, where I think she might be mistaken is the WNBA cannot mess around with this opportunity. You've got two of the biggest names in the sport in college that are going to come to your league. You got to treat them right. You got to give them the limelight. They got to make the squad, and you got to showcase them. Caitlin Clark is going to shoot the ball, and she's going to drop some threes. So right now, everywhere she goes, everywhere Iowa goes, they're packing the house. So you want to bring that momentum and that notoriety to the WNBA. Angel Reese is going to be the same, but I think that's more of the LSU allure. Yes, you got a lot of fans there for Angel Reese, and whatever momentum you can bring with that, you got to bring that to the WNBA as well. But there's no misunderstanding. Caitlin Clark is going to pack some houses. Caitlin Clark is going to put butts in seats. And that's the bottom line, because the WNBA needs that type of notoriety. They need somebody that can come in and generate that type of fanfare where somebody would pay like, hey, I'm going to go see them. I don't normally go to a game, but that's somebody I know about. Caitlin Clark is overstepping her bounds. And what I mean by that is Caitlin Clark is one of them type of athletes that she attracts the attention of people that aren't watching women's basketball. And that's what you want. And everybody in the WNBA, can you name any players besides Kelsey Plum, besides Kelsey Mitchell? And honestly, I think a lot of people only know Kelsey Plum is because Caitlin Clark is about to break her record. So anything the WNBA can do to get more people watching is a win. And Caitlin Clark can do that. Angel Reese can do that, but not to the degree of Caitlin Clark, in my opinion. Caitlin Clark is selling out everywhere they go. Iowa is selling out because of her. Don't get it twisted. So the WNBA, if she decides to come out and play for the WNBA, they better take advantage of that. Put her on every poster, every billboard, and make her the marquee for the league, because she's going to put butts in seats. Some of the other stuff that people were saying, Jason Whitlock.
She's going to face a level of racism from black players, and she's going to face a level of hostility from lesbian players.
I don't know about all of that. I don't agree with that, because at the end of the day, when you come in the league, it's all about ball. Now, could it be that way? I don't know, but I haven't seen it like that, and I don't have anything to tell me otherwise. And I'm certainly not going to just assume that Jason Whitlock has got a lock on that type of information, because he's guessing like everybody else. Take that with a grain of salt, but all I know is when Caitlin Clark gets in the league, she is going to put butts in seats.